my god, we have a Diviner Stormbox. What is up guys, it's Shaylas here, and today I wanted to go over some of the maps that I personally prefer running when it comes to making profit. I did go over these maps, or at least some of them, in another video, but I thought I'd just give you guys a list of maps that I personally really love running. Okay, so first of all, let me just go ahead and see if I have a gorge map. I do have it. Good. Alright, so there's gonna be we're gonna have Abyss, Estuary, Vault, Lair, Plateau, and Gorge. I'm gonna show you guys all these maps. I'm gonna also go over them one by one and explain why I picked this or that. Okay. So the sole purpose of this video is to explain you guys and show you, why I picked this or that one and my mindset behind it. You're gonna quickly see that all of these maps are very open or very linear. These are just two typical type of maps that I love to pick. It's either linear or open. This just goes for me. Honestly, like if you have any other preference, it's up to you. But let's now go over over these maps one by one. I'm gonna go ahead and make them all yellow and chisel them as well. Okay, guys. So I think we are ready to rock. So I'm gonna start from the Abyss. All right. So the reason why I personally run Abyss, and I'm gonna tell you honestly, Abyss has given me most of the profit so far, because it's simply, since the map is such a high tier, you end up getting better items. Ooh, and I'm using a wrong skill. Alright, there you go. Also, you'll quickly see that this map is very open. That's why I love it so much. Let me just quickly get done with this Haku so I can actually continue what I was saying. Okay, so the reason why I like this map so much is because it's open. Second of all, it drops a lot of King's Hearts, and I'm gonna be honest, like I think I get one King's Heart per like 4 maps. That's my current ratio, and each of those cards is worth roughly around 30 KS. That's what it's worth. And yeah, that's really it. I mean, there's nothing else about this. Also, the boss at the end is pretty easy as well compared to any other tier 15 boss. Considering that this is a tier 15 map, it's actually rather easy for that. Not gonna lie. The shape of the map is actually pretty easy. It's always like there's a way you can go to the right and there's a way you can go to the left. Now, if you know this in advance already, it's gonna make it easier for you to run this one. Because you're gonna know that, okay, so I have to go to the left and I have to go to the right. That way you don't miss out on anything. Ow, that hurt. If you keep going, so here's the thing. If you keep going straight, you're gonna miss out on some of the monsters and you're gonna have to walk all the way back later. So it's better to know this in advance. That's how you get the most out of the map and you don't waste too much time as well, right? Alright, so for the boss, what we do, basically you want to avoid, or typically you want to avoid the attack where he slams the ground with the volcanic kind of hit. You want to avoid that. Well, I personally don't care about it, but you should avoid it. Okay? It does a lot of damage. Alright? So avoid that and you should be fine. It really depends like what kind of character you are as well. If you're a melee type of character, I guess it's a little bit hard to avoid it. You can still do it because the animation takes time. Okay, so this was the Abyss map, guys. Great map for running. I've been making a lot of profit from it, so yeah. Okay, guys, so here's the next one on the list. Estuary. Now, for the love of God, I cannot pronounce this card, but there's a divination card that drops in this one. So instead of pronouncing it, I'm gonna go over what it is. What it is, it's sort of like a gamble. You get a 2-tone ring with it, and there's a very high... well, you're going to get, or there's a chance that you can get a ring that will cost like 6 or 7 exalts. They don't drop too often, though. I'm actually surprised that they don't. But each card goes for 34 or 35 chaos, I believe. So it's well worth it regardless. And the map is actually pretty good. You'll see in a moment. So yeah, but this is the main purpose why I actually picked this map. I've been running this mostly. I think it's the second on my list that I run so far. Aside from Abyss. It's an open map. Feels absolutely great to run just for that. As you already noticed, there's a pattern. Like, I run maps that are open or not like maze. I don't like the maze type of maps at all. I just don't like them. This map actually takes slightly longer to run than the other ones that I have on the list. Actually, yeah, this one takes the longest to run in my opinion. Still, apart from that, it's still a great map. And I strongly recommend you guys this one. If you struggle with a boss at the end of any of these maps that I mentioned, just don't run it. There's no need to make your life hard for yourself. But if your build can handle any of those bosses, it's nice to have variety, right? I'm also gonna die soon. If I don't find a monster I can hit. Like this one. Great. The perks of not having a healing potion with you. Okay, so let's quickly kill the boss. Alright, so with this boss, I can tell you one thing, okay? If you don't deal as much damage, okay? Let's say you don't deal as much damage. You really need to avoid... there's a cone of like fireballs or frost bolts or something that he shoots. You should try to avoid that. It's pretty easy to avoid. It's not like a fast kind of spell, right? But otherwise... I don't think there's a whole lot more he does. But if you get hit by that, it hurts. But if you do as much damage as I do, it doesn't really matter. Oh my god. Yeah, even for me, it can be a little bit clunky to kill him. Oh my god, we have a Diviner's Strongbox. Oh yeah. Oh boy, we gotta go back town for a moment. I'm gonna get the engineer orbs, 4 of them. Because this is Diviner's Strongbox. This is the best Strongbox in the game. And I wanna make sure I get the maximum value out of this one. So 4 times that. And then we just drop the alchemy on it. Boom. Oh, I'm ready. Woo! Yay! Last hope is mortal hope. This one... This card is actually around 30 chaos. And man, we didn't really get... I actually didn't get anything really good here. Huh. Except for the mortal hope, but... By the way, the Diviner's Strongbox is very rare. Oh, 0 monsters remaining. We like cleared it all out. Okay, so yeah, this was the history. Well worth for the card. I've got a couple of those cards already, so I can tell you that it's not too hard to get it, because I haven't really ran a ton of those. I want to say I ran roughly maybe around 20 estuaries total, and I've got like 2 or 3 of those cards already. Okay, so for the next one, we got the Vault. Unlike Estuary or Abyss, this map is actually not as open as, you know, the other ones. But what it is, it's a pretty linear map, and each run is very fast. Why I like Vault so much? Obviously, it's because of the Hoarder card and the Abandoned Wealth that drops here. And they aren't that hard to get either. So I've already got, I think, 4... Yeah, I've got 4 Abandoned Wealth cards already. And each one of the Abandoned Wealths goes for around 46, 47 chaos. So yeah, this one is a very linear map. It's not open map, unlike the other ones that I already ran, Estuary and Abyss. You kind of run like a circle. For those, I'm explaining for those that don't know the map, okay? What you do, you kind of run like a circle. So what you do, you run like a circle, and then you go from the middle to the boss room, kind of. You see what I mean in a moment. But yeah, it's a linear map. It's not really comparable to the ones we ran earlier. I like opening those chests as well. It's just something that I'm used to doing. But I usually only open them when they are kind of close to me. I don't run to a chest in a corner somewhere. I don't do it. Like this one is close to me, right? But if you run a linear map, you will quickly notice that opening a chest only takes you like a second, right? And I've got so many hoarders just from a chest that I've started to go like, all right, maybe I should open them all, you know? And here's the boss. There's nothing really... I mean, he does like a slam kind of thing. So if you're a little bit more squishy, just avoid the slam. Yeah, and when he hides... For me, he won't hide because I'm going to kill him fast enough. But when he does hide, there's going to be like this circle or round things on the ground. And they're going to appear and reappear and stuff like that. So you should also avoid those. But other than that, if you're more squishy, just avoid the slam. That's it. But me, however, I'm just going to kill him. Like that. And now for the gold piles. For some reason, I'm not getting nothing out of those. I hardly ever get anything from those gold piles. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, guys. So yeah, this was the vault. I love this map. And I'm sure like a lot of people actually prefer running this map like all over and over again as well. But again, remember, it's all up to you. And if you struggle with any of the bosses like I mentioned earlier, then just don't run that map. Pick another one that suits you better, okay? Alright guys, so the next one on my list is the Lair Map. The reason why I have this on the list is because it's a very linear map. I love it for that. Clearing the map is easy for that purpose, right? And I love when it's easy to clear the map, meaning that you only have basically one path you can run down from. And yeah, but here's the problem. To a lot of builds, this boss could actually prove to be very difficult. If you guys know the tier 15 boss in the Dark Forest, this is pretty much the same, only slightly easier, right? But that's what the boss is. So it's a wolf that can do a lot of damage actually. But the map itself is great, and I would recommend this to anyone really. Wait a moment, let me just go ahead and quickly clear those monsters out. Okay, so the card that can drop in this one is called the Wolven King's Pipe, I believe. The Wolven King's Pipe, that's what it is. That's the card. It can drop, but again, like, some of those cards are pretty hard to get. I've never got this card myself yet, but I haven't ran this map as much as like the other ones. I mean, if a card is this expensive, usually there's a reason for that. It has to be hard to get. Sometimes you pick a map and you go like, this is easy to run. I like this one. Whenever you get this kind of feeling and you go like, oh, well, this map is absolutely great, then you should just stick with whatever you feel is good for you. By no means am I saying that the maps I mentioned right now are like the best ones for anyone to run. I'm not saying these are the best and of the best in the game. Most of the maps in my list actually drop not only one card, but like a lot of different cards. Alright, so we're getting to the boss now. I'm gonna switch my skill out. So you'll see what I mean by the wolf. I'm not gonna go over. He does one attack that is kind of like a cone shape. What he does is he howls. So the howls hurt a lot. If you're a mage without any lifesteal, you need to avoid that. But if you have a lot of lifesteal, you should be fine. Oh no, there's two of them. That's fine. Wait, this guy didn't die? Really? Huh. Interesting. Oh well. Oh, I guess they went immune like before I could kill them. Oh. And that just happened. What? I didn't, for some reason I didn't steal any life. What the heck? I actually didn't steal any life back for some reason. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna have to run back there. Remember that dying is part of the game. Learning from mistakes. By dying, you learn from your mistakes. And I'm giving you guys honest content, and I honestly died. Alright, I'm gonna grab my... Actually, I don't think I need full life. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know why I wasn't getting my life back with the hits. Oh, of course, he's immune. When he goes, every time he goes into that form, he's immune, so all you can really do is run around. Oh, and also remember guys, we have Enfeeble on this, so my damage is like pretty crap. This Enfeeble is cutting down my damage quite a bit. Anyway, yeah, so be careful with this boss. I have two of them as well right now. Alright, so this was the Lair Map for you guys. Uh, Definitely worth running. Just be careful with the boss. As you may have noticed, this boss can be pretty difficult to deal with. So be careful with that. But other than that, it's a great map. As you saw, it's very linear. So yeah, this is a great map for running. So this is the plateau. Honestly, like, I personally haven't run this as much because there's a lot of maps on my list that I love running and a lot of maps that I profit from. But this one is great. I wanted to bring this into the list because the boss at the end is very easy to deal with. So for the builds that kind of struggle or you don't have your build kind of ready yet, I would strongly recommend this map. Just because of the end boss. Okay, so this is the plateau, guys. Here we go. Which is the skill as well. This map is it's kind of like it consists of two circles, sort of. Yeah, it consists of two circles, kinda. Woo! We had a ball of doom there for a moment. You run a big circle, so you don't really have to worry about going left or right. Oh, we need to keep the hostages alive. See if we can do that. Where is the... I don't think we can do it. Oh, I did it. Awesome. I thought I'm gonna fail. I did not know where the freaking hostages were. I just ran like a circle quickly to make sure that maybe I can track the hostages away for a little. I guess it worked. I did not mention even the card for you guys. Okay, so here's the boss, okay? I'll show you in a moment. So there's only one thing that you need to remember with this boss, okay? The only thing you need to remember is kill the blue one first. So this one needs to die first every time. Do not kill the other one. Okay? Otherwise you're gonna make it very hard for yourself. And yeah, like I said, for the builds that struggle with this boss, I mean with the other maps, this one is a very good one for you to pick for running purposes, because the boss is there really isn't nothing hard in the boss. Oh, we got a breach here. Interesting. This is not a very good map for breaches, though, I'm not gonna lie. This is not a really good map when it comes to breaches. Ooh. Yeah, I should have stayed on this side. Alright. Well, that could have been a lot better. What did I get? Only one? Okay, I got two of them. Let me pick up those leather belts. Okay, so this was the plateau for you guys. So yeah, all you do is just run circles, right? So, very easy to clear. Again, very hard to actually leave something behind. I think we left some monsters behind because I just... Usually when I see those numbers being below 50, I just... I leave because I'm not gonna run around searching for those few more. Anyway, so this was the plateau, guys. Definitely worth running, especially for the builds that struggle with some of the bosses at the end. And as for the divination card, guys, the one that you the one that drops here is the spark and the flame. But I've never got one myself before, so I assume it's very hard to get. So yeah, I guess for the purpose of, you know, getting, you shouldn't run this map for the card. You should probably run this more because, you know, the end boss is easy to kill, right? Okay, and for the last we have the gorge map. Now, I picked this one in the list because it's a linear map and each run is really fast. But again, guys, it's all up to you though. Like I said at the start, it really comes down to your own preference, to be honest. But I picked this one for the purpose of this being really fast, and it's great and feels good to run. So all you do in this map is that you run up the mountain. The boss at the end is a jumper. And by a jumper, I mean, yeah, like these small dudes. Again, I'm using the wrong skill, of course. All you need to do really is avoid his jumps. Just don't get hit by that. Now, I personally don't need to avoid it. But if you're a more squishy build, you should probably try to avoid it. Because if you get hit by that, It does a lot of damage. So yeah, all you do is run up the mountain, and it's very linear. I know a lot of people may actually find this being a boring map. Now, if you're not really into those kind of linear ones where you just run one path up, then I guess this one is not for you, really. If you want to make a consistent and better profit, you should probably run Vault or Estuary or something between the lines, or even Abyss. But sometimes you also want to, you know, step away from that. All right, I don't care about this anymore. I've run this so many times. I'm getting tired of it. Then this map is pretty neat. I love running it. Every time I get a gorge, I always run it. Yep, and here's the boss. We are already at the boss. Somehow I left some monsters behind. So really, I recommend you guys just to be careful with the boss. Just don't get hit by the chump. I, however, don't care. Oh my god. Wow. That's pretty neat. Because he's dead. Jade Promenade. High Gardens. Not bad. So yeah, guys, this was the Gorge map. Like I said, the reason why I picked this into the list is simply because it's so quick to run, and the boss really isn't very difficult either. There are, however, other maps you can consider. Volcano, maybe even Shrine. Shrine can drop the card for the Headhunter. Each card is like 5 exalts maybe or something. So yeah, I mean, there's so many other maps that I just wanted to bring you this list because these maps are great for running. Just go ahead, try them out, and you see what I mean. But again, guys, I want to really thank you all for watching. I hope I was somewhat helpful for you. Out of all the maps that I ran now, I really recommend you guys the Vault. But again, I want to thank you all for watching. Leave a like, comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you in another one. Bye bye. So how does this all work? Here's a short description on how it works. Making this prophecy work is a lot easier than you may think. All you need to do is use the map you chose on the map device while having the prophecy active. In case it happens that you do not get the prophecy within the given map, you'll need to try a new one.